This portion of Cincy Lifestyle is paid for by the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline of Ohio. Call, text, or chat for free, confidential mental health support anytime. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's a powerful reminder to check in with ourselves and the people around us. Today, we're talking about the importance of mental health, the resources available, and ways Ohio is leading the way with life-saving services like the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. LeeAnne Cornyn, Director of the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services, joins us now to tell us more. LeeAnne, it's great to see you again, and we know that May is Mental Health Month, so can you tell us a little bit more about that and why it's so important?
Well, mental health is real and it's prevalent. We know that millions of Americans all across our country are struggling with mental illness. In fact, 1 in 5 adults and about 1 in 6 kids experience mental illness every single year. So Mental Health Awareness Month is an annual opportunity for us to highlight the importance of mental well-being and also to educate the public. What are the signs and symptoms of a mental illness? What does mental well-being even mean? And it's also an opportunity for us to reduce stigma so that more Ohioans access the care that they need when they need it.
What are you seeing at the state level, and how's Ohio meeting the need of those who are struggling with mental health and substance abuse challenges?
We know that the need is great in Ohio and across the nation. More than 2.2 million Ohioans are struggling with mental illness, and nearly 500,000 Ohioans are struggling with serious mental illness. But there is good news, and that is that Governor DeWine is committed to building the behavioral health system that was promised so many decades ago, but never fully realized. And we're doing it in a number of ways. And that starts really with 988. 988 is our statewide suicide and crisis lifeline that is available to all Ohioans, regardless of zip code or whatever county you live in. Any Ohioan can pick up the phone and call that number for immediate access to help and support. But we're also trying to build out our continuum of crisis supports so that every single Ohioan has someone to call when they're in a crisis or just need a little bit of help. Someone who can respond to them, maybe right in their own home, right in their community, if their need is that great. And then somewhere safe to go if they're having a really difficult crisis situation. And those are our 26 crisis stabilization centers that we are working to build all across Ohio. Our goal is to make Ohio the heart of hope and ensure that every Ohioan has access to visible, accessible, and effective behavioral health services.
Well, speaking of 988, what is the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, and when should someone reach out?
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline was established here in Ohio in July of 2022, and it is an excellent resource for anyone who is having thoughts of suicide, of course, but also struggling with emotional crisis, a substance use crisis, or really just dealing with a lot of stress or relationship challenges, something that's really overwhelming, and they just need someone to talk to and someone to help them process what it is that they're going through in that moment. The crisis is truly defined by the caller themselves. So when an individual is feeling overwhelmed or in need of some assistance, they can pick up the phone, they can dial 988, and on the other end of that line, they're going to reach compassionate care that will help them walk through whatever it is that they're dealing with.
And LeeAnne, if someone reaches out, what can they expect when they do?
As I said, 988 is truly a resource for all Ohioans, regardless of where they live across the state. There is a 988 call center close to you. We actually have 19 call centers across the state of Ohio, more than any other state in the nation. And that means that there is help nearby that knows what resources and supports are available right in your community. So someone's going to pick up the phone, they're going to dial 988, they're going to have a very brief hold. Here in Ohio, we are better than the national average. It only takes about 25 seconds to connect with one of our compassionate call takers. And then that call taker is going to provide completely free and totally confidential care to help de-escalate whatever situation is going on, make sure that that person is feeling good, and then, if needed, connect them to follow-up resources right in their community.
I know this July marks the 3rd anniversary for 988. Can you tell us how it's going? We know you've been working to spread awareness of this life-saving resource.
Thanks, Pete. Ohio is truly a national leader in 988. As I've already mentioned, we have more call centers across Ohio than any other state in the nation. And those call centers since July of 2022 have fielded nearly 500,000 calls, texts, and chats. That is truly remarkable. That's an average of more than 18,000 contacts every single month. We know that this is a resource that so many Ohioans need, and we know that it is truly saving lives. What's so special and unique about Ohio's 988 system is that Ohioans, when they pick up the phone and call, they're going to be connected to compassionate care in 25 seconds on average. And more than 99% of those calls are answered right here in the state of Ohio. So this truly is a service for Ohioans by Ohioans. And it's our hope that 988 becomes just as known as 911 is for all Ohioans and Americans.
Well, LeeAnne, thanks for joining us today. And if you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, help is available. You can call, text, or chat the 988 Lifeline or visit 988.ohio.gov.